Good afternoon, Yogi Clan. Welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service and welcome to Safety Tip Tuesday. Just got done with Daytona. It's actually Monday now when I'm recording this, and we're going to edit it tonight and post it up for tomorrow. But we just got back from Daytona last night, and I am whooped. I am tired. But there are two things that happened that relate to safety. And I want to share both those items as a little bit of food for thought for you of when is it do we throw in the towel? When do you say, no, we've crossed the line, you're done? When do you throw in the towel to when your riding becomes a safety issue and a safety problem? So stay tuned, let's talk about that. All right, welcome back. So, went with the guys down to Daytona this weekend, enjoyed some time down there in Daytona, had a great group of friends that we hung out with, and shout out to the guys down in Florida who put on a great event for the weekend. We stayed in the local church. It was awesome. But on the way there, we had some things that came up, and some challenges that almost stopped a few guys from going. So, on the way down, we're all rolling out of North Carolina. We meet up at a Pizza Hut down in South Carolina because it's where two major highways intersect, and it's just a really convenient place for us to meet. We got there, we had our lunch, and as we're coming outside, one of the guys comes over and says, "Hey, Yogi, I want you to look at my tire for a minute." Okay. So I went around the back of his bike, and first thing I noticed, his license plate's gone. What happened, man? Well, his fender that comes out, there's a piece of plastic that hangs down from the fender, and that mounts his turn signals, I believe, are mounted on there, and his license plate's on there. Well, somehow that bracket came loose and the bolt came out and that dropped. And when it dropped, it hit his tire. And when it hit his tire, the rubber caught the license plate and ripped the license plate off. So his license plate is somewhere in another state. Don't know where that is. But what happened is that plastic, it was square originally. As that tire's spinning under there, it's rubbing. As it's rubbing, it's eating away that plastic, yet the plastic is also eating away the rubber on the tire. So he did have a brand new tire. It's like I said, he had a brand new tire. It's no longer a brand new tire where we are. And a lot of the rubber on the round curved part of the tire on the right hand side was eaten off from the plastic rubbing up against the tire. But what happened is that as it curved, that square piece of plastic became curved like that. There were some parts of the plastic that rubbing also against the sidewall of his tire. And his sidewall, some of that rubber going around the sidewall got rubbed off. And in some points you could see the white braiding on the inside of the sidewall of his tire. So we're looking at it going, we're still 5 hours from our destination, and we're running all highway there, which most people on 95 do like 95. Well, not literally, well, yeah, some do, but if we're gonna be running as a pack doing 80-85 miles an hour down the highway, do we really want this bike in the middle of our pack with that tire looking in that condition? And the answer was no. So what we did is we fortunately had a chase vehicle that was following us that had a trailer. It only had one bike on the trailer, so we decided, your bike's going on the trailer, bro. Sorry, man. You're out. So we put him on the trailer, put him in the truck. Again, we were 5 hours outside of our destination, so we called ahead to all the guys that were already there, had a tire lined up. By the time the bike showed up on the scene, it was fixed within an hour and a half. So he was done, he was fixed. But now we have a bike with a potential equipment problem. And when talking about whether you're riding solo or you're riding a pack of 2, a pack of 4, or like we were a pack of 10, do you want that bike knowing that it has a potential problem? And that potential problem, that tire pops, it could pop and go down slow, which will give him enough time to get off onto the shoulder, or it could pop and go, in which case he's going down, and maybe some of the others that are around him are going down and are affected also. So at what point in time do you look at your machine and say, that's a safety problem? Well, for him, since we saw the braiding on the tires, knowing that we're going to be going for the next 5 hours at highway speed, we thought, no, probably not a good idea. So we loaded him up, but he got resolved. The second issue came up at our last fuel stop. So yeah, one fuel stop, and then we're going to run a 100-mile stretch and get there and be good to go. A guy took off his glasses. You get road grime in your eyes. You're wiping your face. Getting everything cleaned off. It's been a great day. You rub your eye. No problem. We get to our destination. Well, now his eye's turning red. It was his left eye. His left eye's turning red. And he's like, man, it feels like there's something in my eye. I'm like, okay, well, here's a bottle of eye drops. Go flush your eye. So he uses my eye drops, flushes his eye. About a half hour later, it's like, man, this is still it's still bothering me. I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, let's go over to the sink and let's get some water and let's like really flush our eyes. Get some water in your hands and like open your eyeballs, get it in your eyes, get whatever's out of your eye. So he tries that. Half hour later, no luck. Take his butt to the hospital. Come to find out, he has a torn cornea. So whatever was in his eye when he ripped it, when he rubbed it, ripped his eyeball, and he had a torn cornea in his eye. You're out. So he got some of that medicine. It's like a gel. It comes in like a little tube. It almost is like what's the stuff you put on your teeth, or a gel that you put on your teeth when you have a toothache. It's kind of like that. My kids, some of our adoptive kids have what's called strabismus, where you have, some people call it like lazy eyes, a lack of a better word for it, where one eye turns in. You have surgery, it's called strabismus. So you have surgery and it gets those two eyes straight again. Well, when they do that, they give you this cream. It looks, like I said, like Oragel. And I think it's a steroid type material that helps your eye heal faster. And so he wound up putting that on Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we're getting ready to roll, and his eye's still like as red as my hat. And we're about getting ready. When we leave out at 7 in the morning, the radar says, oh, you're going to have rain all the way up through Savannah, which is about a 4-hour trip. So we thought, no, you ain't riding, because if you can't see, I mean, your eyes are like squinty. You're looking at me like this, I'm like, if you can't see in the rain, you're really not going to be able to see. And if we hit traffic and have to brake check, you're not going to see it. And you're going to wind up eating somebody in the pack. Again, taking out the pack. Nope, you're not doing it. So we didn't have a chase truck this time, because the chase truck went to a different part of the state. So we did have a pickup truck, but he had a bike in the bed already, so we couldn't put his bike in the bed of the truck. So we had no choice. Fortunately, the truck had a passenger in it, and that passenger can ride. So we put the passenger on the bike and put the guy with the torn cornea in the truck and toted him all the way up to Charleston, which is where our break point is, to where we split to go to different parts of our state. So by the time we had gotten there, and one of our brothers from a different state said, here, man, take my full face. And then when I come see you at the orphan run, I'll get it back, or you can mail it back to me. So he gave him his full face helmet. We drove him all the way up to Charleston. By that point in time, when we hit the gas stop there, right prior to splitting up, he got out of the truck. His eyes looked a lot better. They were more open. They weren't quite as squinty as they were. They were a little bit less red. Granted, he still had a torn cornea, but he didn't look as bad a shape as he did like from, I don't know, midnight Friday night until Sunday 7 a.m. He looked bad. So he looked better, and it wasn't raining anymore. It was nice and sunny out, and he had a full face helmet with sunglasses. So he felt comfortable enough to ride, and he did look like he was improving. He looked better. So okay, so flip-flop, put the passenger back in the truck. You hop on your bike. You go with your half of the crew home. We'll go our way home. So he made it home safely, but at what point do you throw in the towel? At what point do you say, no, you are in no good condition to ride, or no, your bike is not in good enough condition to ride with us as a pack? That's a very real thing. I work in demolition. Safety is huge in demolition, and demolition is an industry where there is high potential for injury and high potential for death. You're breaking out a block wall and it falls on you. Not a good day. So motorcycling is much the same way. It's a high probability of accident, and when you do have an accident, it's not usually very good. So keeping our guys safe is a high priority for us. And part of that is regular inspections of your machines and regular inspections of you. And if I notice on a trip that one of those two things is putting us in a harmful position, it's time to throw in the towel. So that's my safety tip Tuesday. Always inspect your men and your machines. I don't care if it's a pack of just you, or a pack of 2, or a pack of 4, or a pack of 20, or a pack of 100. Make sure those bikes are in working order, because if one's cobbled together or it's not been serviced, this weekend I saw our group, 3 people getting tire changes. One guy had the whole front end of his bike tore off. I don't know if he was getting forks rebuilt or what, but you should not be going to runs to service your bike. You should have your bike serviced before you go to the run. You shouldn't be going there going, I'm going to get a tire change while I'm there. No, you get the tire change before you go there. So your bike is in good running order while you go. Sometimes we run too fast. Sometimes we run allegedly too hard to have a bike that you're planning on fixing when you're getting to wherever you're going. So make sure it's fixed before you go. But things will happen. Things will happen on the road. Your license plate bracket may break and rub against your tire and rub all that brand new tread off your tire that was there. Or you may get, a bug in the eye or a little pebble in the eye and wipe it out and rip your cornea. Stuff happens. But those two things, in my opinion, were not preventable. Unless maybe the license plate bracket, he probably could have checked the bolts before he left. But, who's counting? So anyways, there's my safety tip Tuesday of knowing when to throw in the towel and being responsible about knowing when to throw in the towel. Because I tell you, both of those guys did not want to throw in the towel. But once they heard us say, no, you're not riding with me in that kind of condition, they agreed. But on the same hand, we took care of them. You know what I mean? The bike with the tire was fixed in an hour and a half. We made calls, got everything lined up. So as soon as that bike showed up on site, boom, done. The other guy, we got him to the hospital, we got him fixed, we got him medicine, we had somebody else take care of his bike until he got to a point to where he could do it. So he was taken care of. So that's the other part that comes in for this safety tip. Take care of your people. Take care of the people you ride with. Take care of the people you care about. And get everybody home safely. All right, Yogi Clan. And thank you to the boys in Florida again for an awesome weekend. I'm exhausted, which means it was great. Miss you guys already. And looking forward to hopefully seeing many of you at the Orphan Run, which is coming up in 3 short weeks. So stay tuned. I got awesome stuff coming out. I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling, but I'm going to probably stop for lunch somewhere and record 1 or 2 in the truck. I want to record an update on the Orphan Run and a product review of the Sena Bluetooth headset. This is the first time I've used the Sena in a group chat, so I want to talk about that. I've had it for a year, so I've ridden with it for a year. So I'm going to do a product review Thursday on the Sena. I'm going to do an Orphan Run update. And I also, melted my rain pants to my pipe. So we're going to be cleaning that off this weekend and testing different ways to clean it off. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and notifications so you don't miss any of these awesome content coming. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon, Yogi Clan. Peace.